Mhm. Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Marks. Terrell. Mhm. No, after that. Yes, I know. I'm left. And I never cut. All right. Mhm. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Yeah, I've been doing the thumbnails on that site you showed me. Um, what is it called? Canva or Carva? Yeah, Canva. Hey, Amazing Fruits, I'm good. How are you? So I've been exploring that the thumbnail stuff and doing different designs. Something different. Yeah, that site. I've been working on that one, and the other one I have is Snapper. I actually emailed the people, and they said that I had to do an update or something. So now that one works as well. So I've been using both of them to see what each of them something different. I like doing a different thumbnail every time I come on. Something different. Okay, cool. I was having issues with my Fire Stick just now. It's always something. The retrograde is definitely here. The retrograde is definitely aggravating me and people around me, especially when it comes to electronics and phones and people and just acting crazy. Damn it, man. You know? It's like, leave me alone already. Oh my God, man. I try not to dwell too much on the retrograde and all that stuff, but when things do go wrong, like you blame the retrograde one time, you're like, fuck, it must be the retrograde. Today was definitely like a retrograde day. What could happen did happen. What will happen did happen. It's like, really? Nothing bad, thank God. But as far as people and things, me personally, I had a good day. I was all right. I accomplished what I needed to accomplish. But it's like the people around, man. It's like, what the heck is wrong with you people? That's what I always tell everybody. I don't really have issues. It's the people around me have issues, and they cause me to be drained and aggravated. Oh man. Oh good, I can see. I can see. I can see clearly now. It ain't easy. It is not easy. Mm. So we're like that a little bit more. Tomorrow, I gotta wake up early. You know what, Sonny? I was just looking at all my decks that I have in front of me, and I have no clue what I'm gonna use today. I have too many. and I'm not in the mood to like read a whole pile of things. But I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, what's up, sweetheart? Mm, I have no idea. I don't know which one I want to use. The one I used yesterday is still here. The one I used on Instagram. I'm doing good, sweetheart. Thanks. Hope you are too. Well, last night I used the spirit messages on Instagram, but I should use it on here today because it's kind of, I don't know, I'm just always connected to that deck for some reason. Well, I know what the reason is. Yeah, it has a lot of readings from the book. This deck is a deck that I pretty much I've used this deck like a million times. It's like one of my favorites, to be honest. But I want to use it, but I don't know. I just don't feel like reading a whole pile of stuff. I do have my decks here, actually. I should use my deck. Actually, I'm going to use my deck. Why not? I'm going to use my deck tonight. My second one. I feel like using this deck tonight. I'm going to use my deck. I don't feel like reading a whole pile of stuff. All right, amazing fruits. You have put yourself first and everyone else after. Don't post too much on social media. And someone new is coming into your life, a friend or a lover. There you go. Sunny, would you like a message? And AA, you want one? I felt like a coffee today. Even though I gotta find, okay, yeah. Yes, why not? Okay, cool. All right, Sunny. All right. All right, Sunny. Your first card is you will find out more information soon. You deserve love, not pain. And you want sexual healing and attention. Do you now, Sonny? Why not? Okay, AA, you are next. All right. AA, your work life or job will get better. There's two sides to every story, so be honest. and tell them how you feel. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, sweetie. No problem. I got some funny ass shit in here, but a lot of times some of these cards don't even pop out. I can shuffle them like a million times. Sometimes like just the majority of the messages come out. Well, I guess everybody's different, so at least some cards come out might not offend some people. Sometimes I always dread certain cards coming out because then people are like, "I'm not a hoe. It wasn't me. I didn't do that." I'm like, "Look, it's nothing to do with me." This is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. Something that I do. Laugh at your haters and give them more to hate on. Mm. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. It's something that I always say. Something that I always say to myself. I wonder what I'm going to give my haters to hate on now. What can I give them to hate on me now? Fucking idiots. Oh, no. Some people, man. I had to deal with 2 different contractors today. And they're both like slime balls. They both, do a lot of, piss poor work and do a lot of crazy bullshit work. So I had to deal with them very briefly, but I try not to talk to them too much because I don't want to absorb their energy. Hey, Becca, how you doing, sweetheart? So yeah. Sometimes when you deal with certain people's energy, the best thing to do is just like, hear them out, whatever, and then just go about your business. It's so hard not to think about what people say or what people like, how they act or what they do. But what I notice when I talk to certain people is everybody's always worried about somebody else and what they're doing with their life. The first thing this guy said to me was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that last month your neighbor was posting up on Facebook. They were they were in their pool and they were doing this and I'm like, oh, I don't even know, bro." I said, I don't really watch my neighbor like that. I don't really care what anybody else is doing. So he kind of changed the subject. And then he started talking about one of his coworkers. Then he started talking about his own life. And I was like, aren't you here to talk about work? Like, tomorrow, look, I need this, and this done, okay? All right, bye. See you later. I'm not here to talk about people's lives. But it's amazing how some people are. That's all they want to do is they feel the need to like constantly talk about people's lives all the time. I mean, if that's what you're talking about, that's fine. But like every time I see you're constantly doing it. People just love to gossip. I'd rather talk about work or sports or something else, It's like, really? TS, The only thing you can ask a question, you have to donate a minimum of $5 on PayPal, but I do give free messages. I give a general message. Anything, any specific questions have to be paid for. Becca, you want a message, sweetheart? I'm using my deck today. Okay. All right, Becca. All right. Your first card is self-love is the best love. Amen. Take a social media break. And someone is stalking your social media. Oh boy. So that's why this is telling you to take a social media break, because someone's stalking your damn social media. Stalker alert. Someone's stalking your social media. They're like, this is Becca. Oh my God. What is she doing? What is she wearing? Where is she going? OMG. Want to know who it is? Yeah, sure. We can do tarot blackmail 101. Tarot blackmail. Do you know what tarot blackmail is? It's my specialty. When I say that shit, my friend used to laugh when they said that. Tarot blackmail. Okay. Who is stalking Becca's social media? Well, I got the Five of Cups, which is could be a person that you fell out with in love, a person that used to be your partner, someone who still feels incomplete without you, someone who had a relationship with you, but there wasn't no real love there. So that sounds like you know who. Looks like that guy is still stalking your social media. Fuck's she doing? I wonder if she's with another guy. I wonder if she's with another man. That's why most exes stalk you anyway, because they just want to know what you're doing. They want to see if you're with somebody else or somebody's hanging around your kid, doing all that type of stuff. That's how people are. The stalkers. Oh, you had a conversation last night? Hopefully it was a good one. Sonny says, I knew it. I don't think I have stalkers. I have starers, if you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of like people who stare at me, and it's kind of annoying. That's not kind of annoying. It is annoying. And I don't like that shit. I really don't. I don't like when a person's like staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? You know? It didn't really have an outcome. It was like, I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much why you got the cards you did. You know, like I always say, you know, just keep to yourself, love yourself, your child, stick to yourself, and you know the right person will come by. It doesn't make sense constantly, like, you know, allowing somebody to take your energy, or you know, to be, you know, with someone who doesn't even give a shit about you, or someone who doesn't really want to like step up. And now it's like the worst time because retrogrades around, people are acting crazy. And then, like I always say as a joke, certain people don't want to be in a relationship right now because it's the end of summer. They just did a whole pot of crazy stuff, you know, and they're gonna have Christmas presents to buy soon. So they're like, nah, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm gonna spend a whole pile of money on Christmas gifts. No thanks. I had this person tell me that one time. I don't want a relationship right now because that means by Christmas I'm gonna have to buy her a whole pile of gifts. I'm like, no, you don't. Just give her a gift certificate. Hey Macy, how you doing? But hey, it's always something to buy, something to get. I don't really miss it. I don't really miss going out and doing things. I don't, especially the way the world is now. I'm doing great, thanks. Especially the world like how it is now, how like I went to the grocery store about 2 hours ago. I went to the grocery store and some people are wearing masks, some people aren't. Some people are still paranoid. Some people are still like, the sky's falling mode. Then they look at you like something's wrong with you. It's true what they say on certain people say they're trying to divide everybody. And it's definitely true. I definitely feel the division like between people, how, certain people are making us believe things that aren't true. People are making us believe things that, are annoying. So we get to a point where we don't know who to believe, who to trust, what to do, where to do it, how to do it. But I still see like the people trying to divide the world, divide people, which is annoying. Yes, I am giving general messages. Would you like one? But hey, to each their own. You can't change everybody. But like this person came across me with a mask on and they were looking at me and I'm looking at them like, okay, whatever, bro. You're wearing a mask, it ain't gonna help you or whatever. All right, Macy. All right, Macy. What goes around comes around. Rejection is God's protection. And your last card here is everything happens for a reason. Amen. I like that. I like how those three cards came up. Wow, I was right. If somebody has rejected you, it's because God protected you. Just remember what goes around comes around and everything happens for a reason. That couldn't have been any more perfect to come out all three of those cards. If it came out for me, I'd say the same thing. I'm going to give myself three cards. How about that? All right. All right. Let's see what I get. Okay. I just finished talking about this. Use COVID as motivation, not an excuse. Forgive yourself for dealing with them. And you may feel emotional at the moment. I was earlier because people get aggravated the shit out of me. I do forgive myself for dealing with them because they're stupid. And yes, I use COVID as motivation. I actually just said that, how people are still like in the shops using their mask, and they're actually like looking at you like you're the problem. Like, it's a choice. You do whatever you want. You want to use it, go for it. It ain't gonna do no difference. All right, TS. Let's see what we have for you. All right, TS. Someone's intentions may not be as real as you think. Spend time with your family and friends that are most important to you. And if you give 100%, then make sure you get 100% back. There you go. You're welcome. All right. All right, for those of you that are in here right now, right, I'm going to do a little something for us. All right. It says there's 3 people in here. So whoever you are, including myself, I'm going to do a collective reading just for us for the next 24 hours, all right? What can we expect in the next 24 hours? All right. Hey, Speak My Truth, how you doing? So in the next 24 hours, we can deal with the past, deal with people from the past, things from the past, actions from the past. But just remember, things will improve and develop. You are going to deal with selfish people, selfish things. Just accept the fact that Spirit has your back, and try not to feel so shallow, or try not to have any lack of understanding with anyone around you, especially people in your life. Also, there is a person who could be dealing with 2 different people, but there's a person that's younger or has young energy, and this person is very narrow-minded, or they can have like these views that you don't really agree with, and they have no sense of direction. The key word to this whole collective is a lack of. This person has lack of understandings, lack of thoughts, lack of everything. But this person could be somebody from your past. All right? Just use your judgment wisely, account for your actions, and things will get better in the next 24 hours. I'm doing great. Thank you. All's good in the hood. Some young energy. Awesome sauce. Boss. Would you like a general message? Speak my truth. Sure. Okay. Speak my truth. Do you have do you have any Asian or like Filipino bloodline people in spirit that you know? You don't have to answer that question, but I was just asking. You may feel emotional at the moment, is your message. Use COVID as motivation and not an excuse. I actually got the same cards. And forgive yourself for dealing with that. Know why? Because I actually saw like a Filipino woman in the background here when I was talking to you. She has like hair down here to like maybe like dark brown or black, and she's got like a mole on her face, and she has like lipstick. She's about maybe 50 or something like that. She doesn't look really old. Not that 50 is old anyway, but like maybe 50s, maybe 60. I don't know. I'm just guessing her age, but I can't really like see the person. It might not be for you, but I just see the person in the background. I was wondering why they were trying to talk to me. Hello, KK. How you doing? Good evening to you too. Yeah, I actually saw this person in the background here, like a spirit. She looks kind of like Filipino or Asian. I'm not really sure. Yes, I am. Would you like one? Yeah, sure, no problem. Hmm. Hey, Moon baby, how you doing? By the way, JP gave me commitment, and we're in a relationship as of yesterday. You're freaking happy. Oh, nice. That's wonderful. Good. Happy for you. Glad it's working out. So I guess communication did happen. This guess communication got better. You're welcome. I can't remember what I actually told you, but I know I told you that something about it improved. Yeah, it will improve. Yeah. You're feeling good? Good. I'm good. All right, KK, let's see what we got for you. One. Oh, it's good. Okay, KK. Don't worry, karma will get them. Oh boy, somebody's stalking your social media. Some of the same cards are coming up. And forgive yourself for dealing with that person. So it looks like somebody is in your mind or in your energy. At the end of the day, don't worry, karma will get them. You don't even have to wish it on them. I knew a card flipped out here somewhere. Interesting. It's always interesting when somebody is out there Trying to, I thought a card flipped out. I guess not. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know you typed hoods. I was like, where? Hoods everyone tonight? Yeah, sure, I'll have a hoe. If you want to, if you know any hoods, you can send them my way. It's all good. Hoods need love too. I try and tell everybody, hoods need love too. I have nothing against hoods, everybody needs money. Everybody needs love. We can't discriminate in these times. I have nothing wrong with hoods. They, it's okay. It's all right to be a hoe. It's okay. It's fine. I have nothing against them. Marky loves them too. It's cool. Moon Baby, would you like a message? You're not the only one who types those things. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Virgo, what's up, sweetheart? Let me tell you, man, that's one thing. Hoes never suffered during COVID. Hoes don't suffer during inflation. And everybody's always got money for the hoes, trust me. What did my godmother say? My godmother, she's passed away now. But she used to always, talk shit about hoes and stuff. And that's all right. I offer it, but like I said, it's nobody. You don't have to get a message, but I always like offering it, But my godmother always used to say, some of the hoes in the world, they don't even deserve children, and she's like a good woman, and she couldn't have kids, so she would be like mad because like hoes will have a better life than her, And she used to always say it all the time, and I used to be laughing like. And she was like, it's true. I know, right? Well, they say most women sit on a gold mine. It's true. It's all about, what morals and values you have in your life. My day has been good so far. I just had aggravating people around me. Excuse me. That's about it. All right. Hi, Leanne. I think I'm saying you're right. Your name right, Leanne. I'm not trying to mess up your name. How about Lele? All right, Moon Baby 1. All right, Moon Baby. If you believe, you will receive. Who can be trusted, can be loved, and take a social media break. This card's come out like 3 times already today. Hey, Blue Nile. Hey, I feel like crap. How much is it for a question? How am I doing, by the way? Well, I'm doing good. My questions, I'm actually doing for $5. So it's $5 a question. I used to charge a lot more, but I'm feeling like I, should give everybody a discount. Okay, no problem. You believe, yes, and you believe you shall receive, Moon Baby. My baby love, hi. And I only answer questions by donation, but I do give a free 3-card message from my deck if you would like. But questions have to be by donation only. Because when you ask me a question, I answer it in full detail. So that's why. Virgo, you want a message, sweetie? All right, my baby love. Okay, Blue Nile. You can ask your question, sweetie. Yes, I saw it. Thank you. My baby love, focus on the present right now. Someone's intentions may not be as real as you think. Keep praying God is listening. All right, Virgo love, let's see what we got for you. A lot of love around here. You're welcome. Moon baby, I actually don't know that because I don't have super chat stuff, right? Because in Bermuda we're not allowed to have it. But the last I heard, I think it was 60-40 or 70-30. I can't remember. So pretty much YouTube gets more, obviously, than you do. That's why a lot of people do the PayPal thing, because the PayPal only takes like 5% or something like that, if that. Hey, Brenna, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Or Brianna, sorry. Brianna. Na. Today, Virgo, did I just give you a message? No, I didn't. Yeah, it is crazy. That's why a lot of people do PayPal, because YouTube takes too much. Okay, Bree, that's better. Cool. Sure. Virgo, tell them how you feel. Don't lend money if you want it back. And the only way to find out is to ask. All right, Blue Nile, thanks for the donation. And you say, I feel misjudged by someone. He said that I'm like the female equivalent to Andrew Tate because I don't express my emotions to him. It's good to be like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a real top G. I rate Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate says a lot of crazy things, but he's just trying to empower men who are taking too much shit from women who run all over them. And if a woman says that to a man, then obviously the man's going to be like, what are you talking about? You know, that type of stuff. So I like Andrew Tate. So I don't express my emotions. I'm not vulnerable because he doesn't want to commit. It made me feel like crap and second guess about how I am as a person. Don't feel like that, sweetheart. Let me tell you something. First of all, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. I know it bothers you because, people, okay, Moon Baby, thanks. When people judge us and people say that we're like somebody or we're it's just their opinions of us, and their opinions really shouldn't matter to us, as a person. People are always going to have opinions of us, but when it's not the way we want it, we get upset, right? But if you know deep down inside who you are, then who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? You know what I mean? Someone can come in here right now and say, oh, look at this idiot. He's wearing a purple hat and a purple shirt. He looks like fucking Barney. I wouldn't even care. The person could say it and I wouldn't even give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep. That's your opinion. That's your dumbass, opinion of me, whatever. I don't care. I'm still going to go sleep at night and not worry about what you say. Well, that's my outsider's perspective without cards. Well, this person that said this to you is a person who likes to dispute and is very impulsive, and they've made mistakes, so they don't want to continue to make mistakes. So when they said that to you, they pretty much were, they're a conceited type of person. So they think that you are, or they think that you are being too discreet, or you're not open, or you're not being, honest with them, or you're feeling like you have to be cautious around this person. And this person has crazy ideas, and they're excessive, they exaggerate things. They could be like a guy who has like, a way that he says things and tries not to act like a dog, but is a dog. You know what I mean? He just doesn't bark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. You should cut them off, because this person looks like they love confrontation, and they like to confront they like to like talk shit about women anyway. So when, because he called you the woman version of Andrew Tate, a dog and a hoe guy is not gonna like Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate is the type of guy, he doesn't, he don't really care. Like, he keeps saying that you're like a man. Well, that's the thing. The reason why he's saying that is because you're showing your masculine energy around him. Yeah, well, if he likes Andrew Tate, then he shouldn't be dissing him indirectly. But that's the thing. Like, this is crazy. It's just petty shit, Blue Nile. It's petty shit that you shouldn't even worry about, sweetheart. That's just my opinion. Like, when a guy says something to you, or when a person says shit like that, just take my advice. Like, just let them run their mouth. And if they're saying to you, you don't show your emotion, and you don't be, what, all women are supposed to be emotional, then that's what you should tell them. So what, all women are emotional? Not all women are. You know? Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. But the reason why he does that is because him himself is like, he's impulsive. So he's gonna say stupid shit. And he's that type of person that says things to aggravate people on purpose. And he really doesn't care about your feelings, because he wants you to get emotional. You know, some men, remember this, I said some men actually do things like that to a woman to see if they get emotional, to test them, to see if they're gonna break down when they say shit, like to make you feel like, so the guy feels like, I'm the guy and you're the emotional woman, so you have to feel this way every time, because you have to do what I want you to do. Like, so this guy to me is trying to control, you know your feelings, your thoughts, and your ways. So I would say, from the cards are telling me that this person is a conceited fool, and all they want to do is argue and be stupid. So I would say, don't pay him any mind, and be cautious. And you like, no, yeah, rewatch, Virgo. I did pull you a message, yes. At least you didn't get phone slapped. Yeah, we're all emotional, I was earlier, because people make me that way. Like, they aggravate the shit out of me, and I'm the first person to say, don't give these people your energy. But sometimes, like, people, they really like the retrogrades on, and people are just fucking weird, man. I'm pissed off at people, because they say the stupidest things, and they do the stupidest things. So they try to get you to, like, you know. And the thing is, it's always when you have a good day, somebody tries to ruin your energy. So you're like, it's so hard to, like, stay like positive all the time, because people are like waiting to piss you off. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're triggering. Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. All right. Why is he still talking? Well, that's the thing. Like, I honestly think that this person strives off of negativity. They want to see how much they can break you down. And I got like more of the same type of energy from this guy. I feel like his life is like, he may not. I don't know if he shows his weaknesses or he shows you that he has a messed up life right now, but I think he likes to argue. I think he might be jealous of you or he just trying to test your patience. I feel like he can't even control his petty emotions, and I feel like he can be immature at times, and that's why he probably wants you around because you're the only person that's probably going to listen to him. You know, I also feel like his past is haunting him, and that's yeah. I just keep on getting more of the same thing. See, King of Pentacles reversed, Emperor reversed. All these like this guy is just reverse. Period. He's just going backwards in his life. So he feels like some people that have a shitty life, they take it out on somebody that doesn't have a shitty life like they do. So they continue to like take out their frustration on you so they can feel better and try and make you emotional, try to make you look stupid and try to make you feel like you're dumb. You see what I mean? So that's why this person is doing this to you, Blue Nile, is they want to feel like they're better than you. So that's why that's why they're still talking to you. And that's why they provoke you, you know? As far as them wanting you around, I would say they want you around, yes, because they genuinely, like you, but I think it's more of your security, your finances, and maybe because you have a good job or you're a good family person or you're just a good person overall. You have benefits for them. So that's why they keep you around because they benefit off of you or they think they will benefit off of you in the future financially and uh security wise, they feel like with you around there, they can be stable, but they're probably testing you to see if, there's real love there or a real friendship or a real partnership. They feel like they have regrets. They feel like your friendship with them doesn't really have any more meaning than what it really is right now. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't that's true, Moon Baby, but also, people know what they're doing. They really do know deep down inside because you're trying to like tell them indirectly, and they kind of know. They just do it because they're testing you. They want you to like see if they can control you. For if a person constantly does that dumb shit to you, and you take it and you stay, then you become like their emotional slave. Oh, I can say whatever I want. This dumbass is still gonna come back to me. This person's still gonna come over because I can say whatever I want. I can diss them, I can talk down on them, and they still come back to me. So now I have control over this person. I can emotionally say shit to them, physically say shit to them, and they won't even care. They do care, but I don't care anyway. But because they still come back. So that's the vibe I get off this person. Well, see, who is he to like where you're going? You're going to better your life. So if you're starting college soon, then you got to do it for yourself. If he really loves you or if he wants you in his life, he's going to accept the fact that you're going to college to better your life, to make your life better and do something that you want to do. So if he doesn't like that or if he tries to hold you back, then why are you with the person anyway? Right, exactly. So if he's saying that, then that's your red flag, and that's your way of saying to hell with you, goodbye. That's not real love. Real love is support and having your back and showing you the right things and not talking down on you. So my advice, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. Nobody should. But if you're about to go to college, take care of yourself and stop worrying about what that person says and what that person does. That's not a real love partner. That's not a real person that is showing love. You know, for instance, if a girl that I like, she says, Mark, I'm going back to college because I want to learn more stuff. I'll be like, okay, sure, go ahead. You know, whatever. Just as long as we keep in touch and as long as we stay together, that's all that matters. You know, that's it. Simple as that, but not everybody's going to be like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I think he's just testing your patience. He also might, I don't know if this makes sense to you, but he also might be jealous of you. Jealousy is a disease, and he might be very jealous of you. Moon Baby, you can go ahead and ask your question when you're ready, sweetie. He might be jealous because you might be going to a better college, or you just might have a better life than him. You know, I'm just saying, like that's one of the cards I got. It's to do with jealousy or just envious. You know, you might say, she has a better life than me. She has a better college. I gotta like make myself feel good, see if I can talk down on her. Some people are crazy. A lot of people say, why would you be jealous of me? I have this and I have that. It could be the opposite. You're thinking what, but even people who have everything in the world, they're the most jealous people because they want what you have, which is common sense, loyalty, trust, honesty, and they can wake up knowing that they ain't gotta worry about shit. And they do. They gotta worry about giving somebody money. I always tell people that, but they don't listen. You'd be surprised how many people are really jealous in this world of people who have less than them. It's just the way it is. Even if you have more than them, they're still going to be jealous either way. You have more or less. Yeah. Well, if maybe he's not jealous, but the cards say that he could be. The thing is, you may not understand why he's jealous. You also don't understand why he treats you the way he does, right? So that could be one of the things. Obviously, he probably doesn't say. Nobody that's jealous is going to tell you they're jealous. If they do, then that's cool for them being honest. But even if you don't, it doesn't matter. See, like I said, you can have less, more. It doesn't matter, even though they could be just jealous because you have a good social life and people like you, and nobody likes him as much as people like you. Well, there you go. See? Yeah. For somebody to say that, then they must be jealous. There you go. All right, Moon Baby, you say I stayed for years with my ex, and maybe he had a arrogance, but even to this day, he swears he was the ideal man. Well, some people are very delusional in this world, and they honestly think that they're the prize that people have their eyes on. Sending positive vibes to you too, sweetheart. Thank you, Brunei. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I think we all understand what's going on. People. That's the thing. Like you can be the most humble, honest, decent person. And some person like man that's It's crazy how you said that, Moon Baby. You said, he had the arrogance, but even to this day, he swears he's the ideal man. You know why he swears he's the ideal man? And I'll tell you why some men think that way. Because I'm a man, so I'm going to talk on men things, right? Some men think that they are God's gift to women. They think that they're the ideal person because they think in their mind, no other man is going to do for you what they did for you, even if it was minimum shit, right? And you might be saying to yourself, I can't believe that they actually think that they're the ideal person for me or ideal partner when they didn't do shit. I'm the one who did everything myself. So there's always going to be somebody who says, like, oh, well, they'll never find nobody better than me. And that's okay, you know? And certain people, obviously, everybody should think that they're the ideal partner. But some people are delusional and think that being the ideal partner is doing the bare minimum. And the bare minimum doesn't cut it in a relationship. So if I'm doing a lot in our relationship and you're doing the bare minimum, then why do I want to be with you? And what world would I want to be with you in? If you're not going to give 100% in our relationship together, then why do I need you in the first place? You see, this is the biggest problem in relationships in this world right now. Is everybody thinks that they're the prize, they're the trophy, that, this and that, I'm this way, I'm that way. But when you date multiple people in a period of 10 years, say if you date like 3 people in 10 years, right? There's always going to be, out of those 3 partners, one is going to be better than the other. If you had to pick, one is going to be better, right? If you had to pick. But that person that was really good may have done the bare minimum. And the person that did a lot was probably a royal asshole that treated you like shit. You see, it's not, you can't, and you probably wish that you can put all 3 good things about all 3 people into one. But it doesn't work that way, And people have this notion that, and this perception that relationships have to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but you have to find somebody that 1, trusts you, 2, respects you, and 3, loves you. If you can't get those 3 things out of that one person, you're not asking too much. They're not giving you those 3 things, so fuck them. Get rid of them. But see, everybody has this thing where, oh, I'm comfortable with him lying to me, him not respecting me, and, I think he loves me. I'm just going to ask Mark how his feelings are. You see what I mean? Like, that's not a real relationship. That's some fucking Young and the Restless shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you live that Young and the Restless life, then how are you going to live with yourself and have a real partner? A real partner has to have those, big 3 traits: love, respect, and honesty. If you can't get that, goodbye. If you get 2 out of the 3, you'd be pretty good. You're doing good. And maybe the 3rd one will eventually come. But I don't know. Relationships nowadays are super difficult because people find super difficult people to deal with. You have to put yourself on the podium as I know my worth. I know who I am. I know that I'm a good person. So I need to find somebody like-minded and somebody who's going to respect me, first of all. As you get to know somebody, that's when the trust factor comes. And then you eventually love the person. And then everything's good until they break one of those 3 commandments. Then there's a problem. Or relationships are a 24/7 job. So you have your own job, then you have the relationship job. That's how I look at it these days. And that's probably why I'm single, because I know my value and I know my worth, and I'm not just gonna allow somebody to come in my life just to like, give me bare minimum. That's not gonna happen. No. Moon baby, you can ask your question when you're ready. But relationships are very difficult, and unfortunately, it works both ways. There's bad women, and there's bad men, and you just gotta find the right person. You know. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's once again, you reminded me. You say, by the way, his current life is going. You know, and that's the thing. You know, when I look back on the people who have disrespected me, period, friends, family, and relationships, I look at their life and say, oh well, see, there you go. What goes around comes around. You're still gonna be a hoe every time you go to the town. So that's the thing. As long as you know your worth and your value and you put yourself first and you love yourself, and that's all that matters. Like, who cares what anybody thinks and what anybody says? Like, there's nothing wrong with being single for a long period of time because it means that you're healing, you're getting better, you're getting to know yourself, you're loving yourself, and you're not being emotionally torn apart by what this person's doing, what this person's saying, how this person's treating you. All that shit's bullshit. That's not a relationship. That's a Young and the Restless episode, soap opera. That's how I always put it. When I look at one of my exes, I don't really like to talk about them on here because some of them stalk me on here. But one of them, they always claim that their life is so fine, but that's not what I know. But you lost out. You picked the wrong person. Then you should have stayed with me. But now you didn't. Now that's your problem. I'm not taking nobody back. Hell to the no. Yeah, commitment is no joke. That's for sure. Commitment is no joke. It's a 24/7 it's a 24/7 job, like I always say. I'm up for the challenge, but I'm not up for your bullshit, you know? I'm at the age where I don't want just anybody. I want somebody who's actually got a brain and common sense and wants love, wants to start a family if they want to, and doesn't have no drama that I have to put up with. But that'll be a miracle these days. But it's not it's always possible. Anything's possible. You just have to sometimes you have to keep finding yourself and then somebody will find you. I don't think there's a limit on or an age on finding love and getting married and starting a family to a certain extent and finding somebody you can spend at least the rest of your life with, whether it's 20, 30 years or whatever, you know? It all depends on you, really. But hey, it is what it is. Nowadays, it's a problem keeping a certain amount of friends, let alone a girlfriend or a boyfriend. That's why the world's the way it is now. People don't know where to turn and what to do, so you have all this, like the way the world is crazy. And it's no different in same sex relationships. interracial relationships, whatever. Like people are just, it's all the same. Those relationships all have issues, all have problems, all have stereotypes and judgments. You can't get away from it. It's all there. You just have to, if you're with somebody, you both have to be on the same page. If not, there's a constant battle of emotions and arguments, and then you're constantly like mad or upset because you're not on the same frequency as each other. And majority of the time, it's lack of communication. People don't feel like saying anything because they don't want to start anything, or they don't want to, make things difficult, or it's just weird. People are just weird. They just do stupid shit. And for the next month, it's going to be like that with the retrograde, and people is going to be doing stupid shit, testing your patience, testing your sincerity. People are just going to do dumb shit, and you're going to, be kind of irritated that you have to deal with it. Or you just walk away and let them talk to themselves. Either way, it is what it is. You just got to deal with it. Let me see something here. Bree, are you here? That's who it was. If you want a message, I'll give you one now if you're still here, Bree. I knew it was somebody that was here that wanted a message. Couldn't remember who it was. Aries girl. Yes, hi. Yes, you can. Aries girl, are you Aries girl, are you a March Aries or an April Aries? You're new, thanks for being here. Okay, Moon Baby, I'll get to you. April Aries? Okay. Questions are only by PayPal donation of $5, but I can give you a general message, 3-card message from my deck. That's the only thing I offer for free. Sure. All right. Aries girl, treat yourself to a manicure and pedicure. Why not? Remember that self-love is the best love. And don't post too much on social media. All right. Moon Baby, your question is, how will my... You're welcome, Aries girl. How will my investment lawsuit come out? All right, what I got here, Moon Baby, is it could you could be very overwhelmed thinking about it, and you might be expecting a loss or expecting that things might not go your way. You might have, sudden plans happen, certain things happen. Um, but I think that this is all like a mind thing. I think that you're thinking about the worst, or you could think it could end up not the way you want to. But what I got here is the end result is you being, you having peace and harmony, knowing that things are going to end up working out. And the likely outcome from the lawsuit and investment will be good. You'll actually get the rewards from it. You'll actually benefit from it, and things will go. Um, things will be more fulfillment for you at the end of the day. You'll actually, if this lawsuit is like where you win, you want to win. I think you will win. All right. And once you do, and once this actually happens, you just got to make certain adjustments, and you'll feel more. You'll feel that tranquility once you did it, because it's like getting the fruit of your labor type of thing. But I think that mentally you're probably thinking that you might not win, or it plays a part in your mind, and you might fail to like face the reality of it all. But I don't know if this is something to do with like a car situation. It could be. If it isn't, then that's okay. But otherwise, that I see you getting what you want. Like I see it being good, to be honest. I got good cards. The only thing that I got is like, the way it's planned out might not go according to plan. And just you feeling overwhelmed, or the person you're dealing with is feeling that way, feeling overwhelmed about it. Like they fear the defeat. It's actually telling me like two different things, but at the end, you're gonna like, the outcome is gonna be okay. So you're asking, how will my investment lawsuit most likely come out? Pretty much, I see you getting a victory out of this. Like you winning, you getting what you want out of it, pretty much. At first, it may not feel that way, or it might like keep going, dragging on a bit. But at the end, you think you'll be getting what you want. There's also something to do with like recognition and changes and things like that. And just you like getting, like, the harder you deal, the more you work on it, the more you'll get, if that makes sense. I see it's gonna balance everything out at the end. So I see it being good for you. Yeah. There might be some arguments with someone younger, or someone in general, just arguments and stuff. But that's about it. And that's normal in lawsuits and things like that. I see like some delays, things like that, people taking things slow. Could be lawyers, could be like the way things are, both parties. Just differences and stuff like that. But otherwise, that I don't see nothing bad on your end. I see you pretty much being happy with the outcome. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Um, to be honest, like I see you being happy at the end, you know. Like if like you're getting compensation, then I think you're going to get that. That's the word I was looking for when I was reading the cards. I couldn't think of it at the time. But now that I'm reading, every time you say something, like it triggers my mind to say something else. But like I just think that you'll get compensated for anything that happened, so you'll get what you want. Like yeah, things look favorable. I don't get nothing bad, to be honest. I just think that maybe like that yeah, like you said, like the speculation, like you contemplating things, or you're expecting it not to happen, but it will. So like just stay positive and stay, you know, just like act like you already won, like act like you already have it, so that way it makes it easier for you. That's all. I remember a long time ago, I would say maybe, I don't know, what's 2022, 2014. So I would say maybe 8 years ago, I worked for this guy, and he was a contractor, and I did a job for his cousin, and we didn't really sign contracts and stuff, but he begged me to do the job, and I was like, all right, look, I'll do it, but I don't like doing jobs where I don't sign contracts. No, man, you'll be fine. The guy's gonna pay you, man. He's an accountant. Blah blah blah. He's gonna be fine. My cut. They got money. They'll pay you, no problem. I'm like, all right. I said, if something happens, you're not gonna fuck with me. I said, I'm a businessman, and I'm gonna stay that way. Like, don't think you're gonna be getting something for nothing here. So at the end of the job, when I pretty much was finished, the guy owed me $3,000, and I said, "Look, I'm just waiting for the guy to pass the job, but where the hell is my money? Because you said you're gonna give it to me, but I still haven't got it, and your shit's overdue." So the guy was like, "Well, I've been sick." I said, "I don't give a shit if you've been sick. It takes 2 seconds to transfer that money to me. So if you don't send me the money, I'm gonna take you to court." "Oh, you're threatening me?" I said, "Yeah, that's a promise. That's not a threat." I said, I'm already skeptical about taking this job already. You people have tried, dicking me around, acting crazy. So anyway, he never wanted to pay me. So I was like, okay, well, I threatened him, which I, didn't want to, but I saw him at the grocery store at the parking lot, and I went up to him and I threatened him. I said, "Look, if you don't give me my money, I told you already, I'm gonna get you served, and you're gonna go to court. And I have a lot of evidence, so you're gonna lose. You're gonna end up paying some of that $3 grand. I tell you that right now." So he's like an arrogant prick, and he thought that he wasn't gonna pay me anything. I was like, okay. So I went to the courts, dealt with it, got him served, and they served him right at his job, because I didn't want him to serve him at his house, because that's too easy. Nobody's gonna see him get served, so why not serve him at his job? So I got the person to serve him at his job in front of all of his friends and clients. And he went to court. He went to court. He showed up. I was there, and the first thing he said when the judge called his name was, "I think this is despicable how this man served me at my job. It should have served me at my house. My job has nothing to do with my house," and blah blah blah. And we're here because of the renovation we did in my house, not on my job. This is an embarrassment. You court people should have never allowed him to do that. And the judge says, "Look, you get served wherever. You're at your job more than your home, so that's why you got served at your job." And he says, "If you would have paid Mark this bill, you wouldn't be here in the first place." "Oh, well, he didn't finish the job," and blah blah blah. And he was lying through his teeth. And I was like, this guy, man, I swear to God, I want to just like beat the heck out of him, right? I can't stand somebody who sits there and lies. So anyway, the judge was like, "Look, I have, Mark's presented me information. You have presented me yours. At the end of the day, you know, uh, I order you to pay Mark half the money. And if you want to give him the other half, that's on you. But as of right now, do you want to pay him now, or are you gonna pay the, whatever? So the judge ordered him to pay me within 30 days, and he took the whole 30 days to pay me my $1,500. And do you know I never ever saw this guy ever again? And I told the contractor that I was working for at the time, I said, I'm not doing any more work for you. I told you I didn't want to work for these people. I told you that I don't want to do these type of jobs, and you ignore me. So anyway, I got half my money at least. And so, hi, Ree, how you doing? Thanks for subbing, I appreciate it. So what the moral of this story is this. Hi, Michael, how you doing? Thanks for subscribing. The moral of the story is he tried to screw me over $3,000, and thank you. He went to court and with me, and obviously went against me, but he still had to pay half of it. And guess what? Guess what happened? Here in Bermuda, where I live, we get a lot of hurricanes. And where he lived, he lived in like this condo complex. And the hurricane came that same year, but like months after I finished. So the hurricane damaged this house, and the ceiling fell right next to his newborn baby, right? Destroyed the ceiling, and scared the shit out of him because the ceiling almost fell on the poor baby. That has nothing to do with his stupidity. But the hurricane messed up his house because he's an evil fuck who tried to screw me out of money, and he was already doing stupid shit already to other people, and he made things worse for me in the contract that I was working for years. So he split our relationship up because of his stupidity. And he got karma at the end. So the money that he owed me, he had to pay that anyway to go fix his house because the hurricane damaged it. See? So what goes around comes around. That's why I tell people, don't really wish karma or anything on someone. If they done something bad, they're eventually going to get their karma at the end of the day. So that's a lesson that I've always learned. They'll get theirs eventually. And that's why I don't really do those contract jobs anymore without signing papers. Okay, Becca, sweetie, no problem. Michael, I only answer questions through a minimum of $5 donation, but I do give a message, a free message. But if you want me to answer questions, you have to pay by PayPal. Ree, yes, you can. Hi, Shavana, how you doing? All right, Ree, don't blame life. Blame the way you live it. You will find out more info soon. And if you plan, God will laugh. So make sure you plan the right way. All right, Michael. Yes, you can. All right, Michael. Go out and get a free dinner. Let somebody pay for once. Keep praying because God is listening. And remember that silence is better than bullshit. It's one of my favorite cards. Give me a second here. I gotta check something. Mhm. Oh man. Okay. That's all right, sweetheart. Go ahead and ask your question. I know you're good. It's all good. Hi, Jessica. How are you? If anybody wants a free message, just let me know. And all questions have to be minimum donation of $5 through PayPal only. But I do offer a free message, 3-card message from my deck. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm glad you're doing well. All right, you've been feeling off lately, and I was gonna ask what things are gonna look like the rest of September. Well, as you know, the retrograde only has effect on you if you allow it to. So if your mind's telling you the retrograde is affecting you, then the retrograde is gonna get blamed. You know? Yes, it is. All right. All right. Becca, for the rest of this month, yes, it's all in your mind, sweetheart. I've been trying to explain that to people all the time. All right. For the rest of this month, you're going to deal with a person that's insecure, going to cause delays, and will use their power in an evilish type of disgraceful, weakful way. Weakful, I don't know if that's the actual word, yeah. But this person is going to be quiet sometimes, and they're going to be like really weird other times. But that's the only bad thing I see. And I think we already know who that person is. And I've told you that already yesterday, that that person is going to continue to have a lack of an imagination. Like they're always going to think negative, or they're always going to want to argue, or they're always going to want to do something to get one up on you, you know? But otherwise, that I think that you're going to focus on your child. You're going to focus on your gains. You're going to focus on beginning and and creating things. And I know that you have been like creating those decks and doing new things. Keep doing things like that. I think it's going to be a good experience for you. I don't know if like you're trying to like gain something, or you might have some type of inheritance from family. That could happen also, like you getting like money owed to you from people, or just from family. That could happen, but not necessarily. Keep inventing things, like inventing like new card stuff like you've been doing. Keep doing things like that. Keep creative, keep doing new things, because those things are going to work for you. As far as your home life, I think that things will be you'll find harmony and peace at home. You'll feel like you have prosperity, you have everything that you need and want. um, Try and also find a union with you in spirit. Like I think I heard you say one time to me before that you have a mother in spirit, and I don't know if you like constantly talk to her all the time, or how your relationship was with her. But try to like make that a new thing in your life. Like try to like do new things. Like when you wake up, if you wake up and you say, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. Like when you wake up tomorrow, do something new. Like change the way you think, change the way you eat, or change something new. Anything. It could be anything. Like do something where you wake up and say, hey mom, I'm just reaching out to you because I miss you, I love you. Can you please help me in, every day, or can you please watch over your grandson or granddaughter, whatever, your child, things like that. Like do something new. That's just an example that I'm giving you, but you don't have to do that. But if you do, that's great. But like that's something that I do. I always like feel like I have to talk to spirit in order for them to like help me, or just acknowledgement of that helps you. It makes new things come your way. So if you're looking for new things, then new things are gonna come your way. If you want to begin to do something new and it's an adventure to you, then fine, go for it. Um, but I feel like money and stuff and work is gonna be good for you, and I know it is because you're out there hustling online, and that's good. I admire the fact that you're young and doing that, and that's a good part. That's a good part of your life that you should look at more and try to like leave the negative shit out of it. You know? Yeah, shifting to the new. I'm getting new. I got the Ace of Wands here, the Four of Wands, and those are cards to me of do something that you're very passionate about. Fire energy is passionate energy. So because you got these two cards here, and the other card I got was the Magician reversed, which is somebody who doesn't want to see you succeed, someone who doesn't want you to be that magical person because they want you to their self, or they don't want you to succeed more than they do. I also feel like you can depend on a mature man in your life. Like this could be your dad, this could be your grandfather, an uncle, or like somebody like me who you talk to. That's a male that you get perspective from, or you get advice from, like someone of that nature, someone that's older than you by a significant um, age bracket, somebody who's mature, somebody who like already has like their life in order, and someone who has a dominant personality that you learn from, or you want to know from, or you want to talk to more often. So there could be like a man who really helps you. There's a man who doesn't help you, and there's also a man that wants to help you. You know what I mean? So I feel like a man could be an older gentleman, could be very significant in your life until now to the end of September, which is, um, goes by very fast. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Um, yeah. And I think that they're going to help you a lot. If you want help, they will help you. So the men in your family are definitely going to help you. You know, I definitely see that, especially a mature man, like someone who, like, I wouldn't say like a person who has like their whole life organized, but like a person who really says, like a person like has that personality, like that dominant personality, like, hey, I'll take care of you. Oh, what that person says, or you want me to deal with it, like a dominant person, that's in your life. Someone who you could say, hey, can you do this for me? They're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, oh yeah, don't worry about it, I'll get it done. Somebody like that. Um, what I want to ask you is, and it's been like kind of on my mind for a while, but um, your mom that's in spirit, right? Um, did she have like long hair by any chance? Yeah, that's so crazy. I don't know if you're. I mean, I know you're young, right? But do you remember? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's been going on in my brain since you said that to me. Because one day you were in my room and you said, my mom passed away, and I would love to get a mediumship reading. Like you said that one day. So ever since you said that, I have a vision of a woman, right? And she looks very elegant, and she has like long red hair, and like she almost reminds me of the cartoon version of Roger Rabbit. I don't know if you've ever like seeing Roger Rabbit, the cartoon, like the movie. You remember that, like that woman that had the long red hair and she had like the lipstick and she was all like, I can't remember the cartoon like that, but like you know that woman, like honest to God, like she looks like that, but the cartoon version like reminds me of who she like what she looks like. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like that shit has been like in my mind for some ungodly reason. Or maybe she liked that stuff or she watched that with you. I have no idea. But that's what I keep getting. I wanted to tell you that for like the longest time. But I don't want to come in your room and like say shit like that to you because I don't want to distract you from what you're doing. But now that you're in here, I wanted to say that to you. Like and like I felt like she worked with people like in other countries and she like worked with people like importing and exporting something. Like I don't know if she worked at like a FedEx place or like a place that like sends things or she deals with people like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she was a negotiator or she was in charge of or she was in charge of or she had to deal with like enterprises. I know you don't know anything about her. Or like, I mean, I know you don't know, you said you didn't form a relationship and she would, pass as a young child. But like this is the woman that I see, and I don't know, like maybe you can do your research on her, things like that. But um because when people say things to me, like the person shows up, you know what I mean? So like I can't help it. The person just like constantly goes in my mind round and round and round. I'm like, I gotta tell that person when I see him one day. But I have to remember this shit, because I speak to a lot of people. But I always try to relate the message. And I know I've never really, said anything to you about this before. But I also felt like I don't want to, like, obviously put any of your business or her business out there. But I felt like she was a good working woman. But she also had, like, issues in her love life, possibly. And that like was the thing that bothered her, and I felt she always felt like people on the outside was trying to ruin her marriage or her life, and like she was always like a person who prayed on the outside and said like I don't want nobody to fuck around, like leave me alone, like I almost want to like yeah, like I like she honestly she tells me these things in spirit, and I feel like she's such an elegant type of woman and hardworking at the same time. But like I felt like she always yeah, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, that's who it is. Thank you. Like she was a person who was judged by many people on the outside. Like whatever she did, it was always a fucking problem to somebody around her. Like I felt like she was judged a lot because of her looks, maybe, or or the combination of her looks and her job and her life. Like, people were always trying to get in the way of her for some ungodly reason. Like I said, I don't want to elaborate too much because it's none of nobody's business. But like, I just wanted to tell you that, like, that's what she comes across to me as. Because I did briefly speak to her like the following day, and I don't know why, but like she appeared to me like and said to me like, I want you to know this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. And like when you show up in here, I want to say, I felt like I had to say something. Yeah, that's cool. Like I don't, like I know that that's not what you're asking me, but like I feel like I always encourage everybody to talk to their past loved ones. Like you know what I mean? Like I want you to talk to your mom, and I think that she wants you to talk to her. You got me? Like, and I just think that she may need, like, even like, just put yourself in her shoes, because you now have a child. So, like, just, I know you didn't have no concrete relationship with her because you were too young, but it's not too late to have that relationship with her. And I feel like she wants me to, like, ask you to acknowledge her more, you know? Like, I just, like, I kind of get like high emotions right now. Like I want to cry sometimes, but like I think she does. Um, some mothers, and when they pass away and they leave their kids behind, you know, um, it's fucked up. And I feel like she feels some type of way where that bothers her. You know, and it's good that you have the male support. That's awesome. I'm happy for that, and I see the male support here. But don't forget your mom. Like, like I know, like this may make sense to you and may not, but I don't know. But like I just want you to like um acknowledge her more if you can. Like that's what she wants. So I think that's kind of fair at the end of the day. Yeah, I know it's a lot to I don't really like to, say certain things to people because I don't know what their relationships are. I don't want to like open up a can of worms. Like I have to watch what I say sometimes. But like I'm just the messenger. Like, I'm not trying to like, put you in a predicament to do something you don't want to do. Because at the end of the day, you have to take what she's telling me now into consideration, or what people are telling you about her. So for instance, my thoughts are this: if those men in your life have something bad to say about her, then that's their word of a person who can't defend themselves physically. Not saying that that's happening, but if it does, just remember one thing: that she can't defend herself physically in a physical form, but she can definitely defend herself in a spiritual form. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and elaborate, but I think you know what I mean. So, because people are quick to talk about somebody that's dead because they are, so they can't defend themselves, but they can defend themselves through me to you. So I don't think she's trying to defend herself. I just think that she wants you to acknowledge her and know that she can help you, if that makes sense. And why wouldn't she want to help you? You're her daughter. you know so I feel her presence, like every time I speak to you, I see that woman in the background, and I'm like, "Fuck, I want to ask, because you always ask me something besides that. So like I like kind of like wanted to put it in there, put in my 2 cents about your mom. So like she doesn't bother me to tell you anything. It's just I felt like I had to relate that message because she feels that way, you know. So, but she seems like a good person, so I wanted to relate that message to you. But damn, she reminds me of Jessica Rabbit. but the cartoon version. I don't know why the hell that comes in my mind, but like when I first looked at her, I was like, damn, you look like the cartoon version of Jessica Rabbit. And I probably watched that cartoon a million times, but not it's not a cartoon. It was actually a movie, right, with cartoons in it. And I remember I went to the movie theater and I saw that movie when I was young. So I know that you're super young. You're younger than me. So I don't know if you ever saw that, but like that's like the vibe I got, which was weird. I'm actually gonna see what year that actually came out. Like that's bothering me now. I can't remember how old I was. 1988. No way. That's how long ago that was. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's what it was called. Yeah, and that's the chick right there. Yeah, Jessica Rabbit. That can't be 1988. Holy shit. So I was 11 years old. Yeah, that makes sense because I knew I was super young when I watched that. But that shows you like how weird it comes like to me sometimes. Like, she almost looked like that type of woman, but in real life. Yeah, she was a redhead. I remember you telling me. Yeah, well, I remember you saying it just now that she. But when I first saw her, like I can tell she had red hair, but like more of like a brownish red, like I can see I can see the person's hair and I can see what they look like. But to me, she's like that woman that was dressed up, you know? She was that person that was dressed up to go to work. I felt like she either wore a uniform or she had to get dressed up to go to work. That's the type of woman she was. Because every time I see her, I get an elegant looking woman, or maybe she wants to look that way because she couldn't look that way. Because spirit does things when they want to perceive, when they go into the spirit world. To me, they always want to perceive to look good, or not perceive, but like they want to look good. So when they appear to me, they're probably saying, I want to appear like this woman, or that's who they really are, seriously. you know yeah, honestly, I can't even remember. But when I come in your room now, I actually see her, so it's kind of like weird. It's not weird, but it's until I relate the message, it's gonna bother me. So that's why I had to do it today. I was like, you're in here. There's not many people in here, so I said, well, I'll just relate the message to you now. Um, you know, you're also a psychic as well. You also do readings and stuff, so I'm sure you might have visions sometimes, or you might hear things. Like, be open to telling whoever you like, you know as a reader for many years. I always encourage the younger generation like you know to always like go with whatever you hear, whatever you feel, whatever you see. The cards are just a tool. Like, if you start reading and you feel things as well, and just let it all out, because you never know. you know her name was Joan. Is it Joan? Yeah. Yeah, Mike, it is. Spirit is a powerful thing. That's one of yeah, Joanne. Okay, cool. um yeah, I like that. I love that movie too. um yeah, that's okay. I get the thing, but Joanne is a I don't get anything like negative at all, because that's not their job to do that to me, because I don't really you know, I'm not the type of like pokey medium to go into their lives. And I'm not about to put their lives out on blast. But like I said, she's a person who has been on my mind for a while now. And I just like, I don't want to sit there and be like texting you and be like, hey, I have a message for you, Becca. I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't do shit like that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you that because I feel like she wanted to me to be her voice. So I don't mind. It's a regular thing to me. But usually women always like come to me and say things to me, especially like moms and stuff like that. They feel comfortable because you feel comfortable talking to me and you have, we're fellow friends and friends of friends. So that's why she appeared because she was like, okay, I can trust Mark to relate the message to her. That's how it works. So it becomes a trust factor and then boom, the message comes. Yeah. Joanne is the real life Jessica Rabbit in my mind. Because when I see her, I see that damn Jessica Rabbit thing. But the real, like the human form. Oh man. The things we see. Um, I don't know. Like I said, if you have a picture of her, then you can do that. Oh, I'm able to channel them, no problem. It's just um, anybody who is passed away, they come to me and I channel their messages. Yes, Mike. Yeah, but sometimes it comes today, tomorrow. Sometimes when people actually get a reading, it takes a while for that person to actually come in sometimes, and sometimes it's like poof, one time. And sometimes I'll be here like shuffling the cards and giving a person a message, and I can see somebody in the background, and they'll be like, "Hey, can you tell this person something?" That's how it works with me. Some people it's more frequent than others. Um, yeah, and lately it's been like that because I have like some new people around. So sometimes I see a spirit I've never seen before, um, and will come in. Earlier, I was shuffling cards for somebody, but it wasn't for that person. But it could have been, but that person probably doesn't even know that that was for them because they don't know that person. But I always like to ask. Sometimes, they appear and they want to give a message. But like I tell everybody, Michael, is sometimes people that are passed away that we have an issue with, they probably won't want to talk to us, like if they were in real life. So like I always tell people, when you get a mediumship reading, sometimes the person you want may not come, may not want to talk to you for two reasons. You can do like they'll love you and they love you and they had a they before they died, you had a good relationship with them. But after they die and in the current time right now, if you say, if you are doing dumb shit in your life, so if you're like a drug addict, you're an alcoholic, or you're doing evil shit, and that person in spirit, you're asking me to tap into them, that person might not come through because you're doing dumb shit in your life. So they're disgusted with you. So why would they appear and talk to you? You see what I mean? And that's happened to a few people that I've read for. I say, well, what are you doing in your life right now? Because this person's telling me they don't even want to talk to you because you're doing a lot of dumb shit. So the person will be like, yeah, well, okay, well, let's try and get somebody else then. You see what I mean? So people have to be very understanding that even though that person died and they're in spirit, it doesn't mean that they're forgiving you, or it doesn't mean that they want to talk to you, because in your real life right now, you might not be doing what that person approves of you doing, you know? So I explain that to a lot of people, but they have a hard time believing that that's true. But I've proved that many times. But they don't want to admit that they're doing dumb shit in their real life. See? But hey, it's real though, because you have to think about it. If you're a parent and you die and your kid's doing dumb shit, now why would you want to talk to them? Because they're disappointing you right now, right? You was on the Tarot channel online and heard a lady recommend you. Yeah, it's probably Sunny. She's always saying good things about me, and I appreciate that. I've read for a lot of readers, and I read for a lot of people, but I do it because I want people to understand that, Sunny, she has an amazing spiritual connection. See, she's a person who, she doesn't even ask for the mediumship. It just appears out of nowhere. So I'll be like giving her a message, and I'll be like, look, Sonny, there's this person here. And she'll tell you, like, it's just like a thing that happens. And that's great, because it just tells you that you have a spirit army around you that's helping you. And that's why she's a great reader, because she has spiritual help, and if she didn't know, she knows now that she has a lot of spiritual help around her. And I'm sure she knows, and but by me confirming it, it's even better. So it seems like every time I read for her, a spirit will show up, which is great. And it's never the same person. That's even better. So, we all have a spirit army. We all have grandfathers, grandmothers, great grandparents that we don't know. Sometimes we don't even know who our real parents are, or our real grandfathers and grandmothers are, because they passed away before us. And I was telling a lady yesterday that even as a woman should have more. Some women do have more spirits, because a lot of women have miscarriages, but the baby was actually, a human form in their body at one point, but a miscarriage is still a spirit. So even if a woman miscarries, that's still a spirit. It was still a actual life at one point, So when you miscarriage and that baby passed away, or you lost the baby, it's still a spirit. So that baby is still going to grow, and every year passes by, and that's still your child, but in a spirit form. So some women don't understand that, and I explained that to many women. And I remember doing a reading one time for this lady that I read for multiple times, and I saw a little girl, and I was like, this is another little girl here, but she's about maybe 5, 6. And she says, oh my God, that's the baby that I lost. And I was like, well, you didn't lose her. She's still here. And I've known her for a long time and never knew she had a miscarriage. It's none of my business anyway, but I saw the baby. And so that gives a lot of women that the closure that they need to heal from that, but also have the satisfaction of knowing that that child is still there, but in a spirit form. So you never really lose that baby if you think about it. But some people get so emotional about those things, and they don't understand the spirit, form of it all. But it's actually true, and I've proved it. So that's why I like saying these things to people, because I don't want them to feel like it's a loss in their life, because really it isn't. It's actually a blessing to have spirit have your back, because their full-time job is being around you if you allow it to, but we have to allow it to happen. We have to allow the spirits to help us, but we have to believe they exist too. Yeah. 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 And if you do believe it, then it becomes a part of your life. And then once you allow it to become a significant part of your life, then your life becomes better because you have such a spiritual power behind you, giving you everything that you need and want, and putting you in the right places at all times. But I can speak for myself because I've proved it. But there's a lot of readers that claim they're mediums, and they will have totally different opinions, and they will say totally different things, which, hey, that's their life and their business, and obviously they're not thinking that that's the right way, but to me it is, and I've proved it, so I have nothing to defend, you know. But to each their own. Everybody's different, and that's how it is. But people have to realize, when you do get a mediumship reading, which people come to me sometimes, but some people, um, you know, uh, when they do get a reading from me, sometimes it takes a little bit of time before we connect to the person, because I have to see, and I don't like nobody giving me information. I like to figure it all out on my own. And then, once the person opens up and says everything, then I really figure it out after that. But that's how I like to do mediumship. I don't want nobody feed me information. I want to find out for myself. You could say, "Hey, can you check out my Uncle Rob that passed out 10 years ago?" I said, "All right, well, let's check." I said, "Don't tell me what he looks like. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me how he died. I just say Uncle Rob, and that's cool." So I would just, obviously try and tap into him and see if he'll come forward. If he does, great. If he doesn't, maybe I can get somebody else, or maybe somebody you probably never even thought that had your back in the spirit world. And that's what happened with Sunny. It was people that she didn't think that would actually come forward, which is great, because when they do come forward and they come in a positive, humble way, it makes you feel so much better that you can have that part of your life as a closure, knowing that, everything's cool. It's good though. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Michael. I mean, that some of them don't want people to know, because it's like that saying says, they take it to the grave, right? So that's what that person, you know, right? But if they tell you, then that's because they have confidence in telling you, or they just felt like they had to tell you. And that's the thing. If you wasn't expecting anyone, and your cousin came forward, and see, some people say, "Oh, well, they recently passed, so you can't get that person, and you have to cross them over." And like, I don't believe in those things either. Hey, Nina, how are you, sweetie? A lot of mediums will say, "Oh, well, I have to cross them over for you." Like, and I'm like, I start to laugh, and then people are like, "Well, what's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, you can't cross them over. Only God can do that. Like, who you think you are?" But even if somebody died right now, their spirit automatically is there for you to tap into. And I've also proved that as well. But some people would say, "Oh, no, no, you can't talk to him yet. It's going to take 2 weeks, and then I got to cross him over, and I'm going to help him cross over." And no, that to me is not true. Once you die, your spirit is automatically there. That's what it's all about. Your spirit leaves your body and your soul and everything, and you become a spirit. It's that simple. Just like when you pop out of your mom, you're a human being, you're in the world, you're in life. Same thing when you die. Your spirit automatically is born and you become that spirit form. And from then on, you start to learn, you start to talk, you start to, relate messages to mediums, and then they get the message across, or that spirit shows up at your house because they want to be with you. It's life. That's how I always believe it's like that, and I've proved it. So don't always hear everything you see, you hear from certain mediums. They'll try and bullshit the hell out of you and charge you $100 to cross them over or some bullshit like that. So don't ever do that. I know some freaks on here do that stuff, but that's all bullshit. But a lot of spirits, Michael, regret how they passed. They do regret it because some of them take their life. Some people take their own lives. So there was one time I was on here and all I got out of the 10 readings or so that I did, 80% of them were people who took their life. And some people showed me how they took their life. And I was like, hey, I don't want to see all of that stuff. You just give me the message. What do I need to know? Like, I have to control them sometimes. I have to tell them, hey, I don't really want to see all those images. Thank you for showing me. I know you want to prove that I'm real and you're real. And this person I'm talking to, you want them to know that I know that, what they know. But I don't really need to know that. But some people want to know how some people passed. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, definitely. Like that saying says, I'm taking stuff to the grave. That's literally what people do. So if you had a secret and you took it to the grave and nobody knew but you and somebody that you're getting the reading from. So say if I knew say if you and your grandfather that passed away, only you guys had a secret together, and the only way that secret will be revealed is through him telling me to tell you. So then you would know that I'm totally real, right? Because or what I'm saying to you is real. It's not about me being real. It's about talking to the actual person that you are dealing with. So sometimes when I read for people, I'm actually going to do a mediumship segment on here. Um, but it takes so long, dude, and I don't want to be disturbed, so I have to do it when I know nobody's gonna come around or nobody's gonna aggravate me, And I might do it Sunday night because I like to do it on Sundays. Um, I think I might do it on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to doing something like that again. I haven't done it in a very long time because it doesn't drain me. What it does is it makes me sad sometimes to see how many people took their lives, or how many people still regret what's going on, or how many people that are passed away but are upset at the person who I'm reading for. And then everybody starts to cry and people get emotional. So that kind of it makes me feel a certain way. So I don't like that part of it, but I deal with it. I'm a grown man. It's all good. But that's what happens, though. It's not an easy gift to deal with. It's not an easy gift to deal with. Definitely not easy. But I definitely want to do it. Probably will do it on Sunday. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm gonna get to it eventually. Hey Rashima, yes you can. All right, you will find out information soon. Spend time with your family and friends that is most important to you, and your work life will get better. Yeah, it's actually people are sometimes like in awe about it. Some people I make believers, some people don't believe it, so they come in just to watch, and they're like, "Well, this is crazy. I can't believe this actually exists." Um, but it's something that it's a blessing, but it's also not easy to deal with because I remember a lot of the things I see, and I remember a lot of the people I read for. And you're welcome. I remember like seeing a lot of the readings that I dealt with and seeing some of the people, so I don't particularly like seeing those things, but I don't, it doesn't affect my life. It doesn't make me haunted, or it doesn't make me lose sleep. After I do like a mediumship session, I don't like dwell on it. You know what I mean? Like I disconnect from it all. But there's some readings have like still have a stamp in my brain where I can't get rid of the images. And from time to time, when I see that person in the chat and I remember their reading, like it'll just be like a flashback, I just get that like. But I can write a book on the amount of spirits and what they do, how they act. Maybe one day I will when I have the time. But I have a lot of stories, a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones, a lot of emotional ones, a lot of great ones, a lot of fun stories, a lot of I've met a lot of wonderful spirits. Um, but it's a task. It's not actually an easy thing to do. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else or more spiritually inclined than anyone else, but anybody can do mediumship to a certain level. But you have to like understand that you got to look at this person as if they was once on earth, which they were. Some of them, and they also see everything you do. They hear everything you still say. So they know if you're doing dumb shit. They know if you're doing the right thing. Some of them will say, look, I'm totally proud of you, and keep doing this and keep. But it's like mediumship is not like doing cards. Like I'm the spirit, ain't gonna say, oh, you're gonna find the love of your life next week, and you're gonna be happily ever married, and you're gonna have 6 kids. Like they don't say that shit. They just pretty much tell me what you really, really need to know at the time, what they really can tell you, because really they can't predict the future either. And they can't really see the future. They just know that what you're doing right now, they can say, okay, yeah, they're doing the right thing. Just wait, in the near future, something might happen. But they're not going to sit there and tell me things that cards can, or vice versa. They're just going to be like, okay, Mark, show them where I live, show them where I am, so they know that I'm at, the house we used to live in, or things like that, little simple things, what they look like. Some of them show how they died. It's like a long list of different things. Everybody's different. So, and some of them could be a pain in the ass. Some of them could be like, I don't want to talk to that person. And, they make me kind of like get in between you and them. So it becomes like oh fuck, I gotta listen. Look, this person's telling me that they don't really want to talk to you because, you're fucking somebody that they don't like, or, you're doing something that they don't want to do. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but they're telling me, but we're on a live chat right now, so I can't really say that. So just like, and they're like, okay, I understand. And I'll just shut up and not say anything else. But like, that's what some of them do. When I first did it, I was actually shocked to hear some of them say the things that they say. So it kind of, made me feel a certain way. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be like a person who knows everybody's business? Like, I don't really want to be that person. So I had to limit. You have to limit your information intake, is how I explain it. You have to limit what the spirit does, what the spirit says. Just like how in real life, hey, I don't want to. No, I don't want to hear your drama. I don't want to hear what happened. I just want you to tell me, look, what do you want me to tell Mike? I don't give a shit if Michael's out there at the strip club wasting money. Like, that's nothing to do with me. He wants to know what you want me to tell him. Like, what else can you tell him? Leave him alone. You want to go to the strip club, let him go. Leave the man alone. I'm not saying that actually happens, but I'm just making like an example. Things like that. Mike, when you said you always wondered that when a medium loses one of their family members, what it does. It gives them support. Like, I don't really speak to a lot of the people that have passed away in my life. They don't really come to me like that unless I, talk to them, in my own little time. Like when I get read by other readers or another medium or a person that I trust, they'll tell me that like my godfather's around, or my aunties or uncles or grandparents, things like that. Like they'll say, oh, so and so is around. Do you know this person? Or the thing that I also get is smells. Like I'll smell my godfather, because like when you if you know how like old people have that smell about them sometimes, like they don't really use deodorant at a certain level, so they have like a human like stench about them. That's what I smell sometimes, and I know it's my yeah. Or they wear like a certain cologne or a certain aftershave. Yeah, smoke weed, things like that. Like sometimes like I'll smell like a friend of mine, her late husband liked onions. So one day I was drinking my coffee and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even own onions. I don't even have onions in my house. So how the fuck is my coffee smelling like onions? So then I said, look, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I smell onions. And then my friend was like, OMG, that's my husband. He ate raw onions and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck, man. I don't want to smell that shit. I mean, I like onions, but I don't really like put them in my, I'm not like a love it or something like that. But it's crazy how, those smells come about. So a lot of people come in here and tell me that they smell people and stuff like that. My wife's father had passed away, and about a week later, we smelled cigarettes in the house, and none of us smoked. Yeah, see, shit like that. Where I remember that I was doing a reading one time, and I don't smoke anymore either. I've actually stopped smoking and drinking 5 years now. But I had I never forget it. It was hot. It was summertime. I had all my windows, all my doors closed. My AC is on. Nobody around here smokes cigarettes, right? And I could smell the cigarette, and I'm like, is something burning in my house or what? Next thing you know, like I was like the person that I was talking to, they said that their spirit, the person would smoke cigarettes like crazy. That's something that I always get when I deal with spirit, is smoking and stuff. Sometimes it's the pipe. Sometimes it depends on how old they are. It's tobacco. Sometimes it's perfume. Um, sometimes it's food. Uh, I get a lot of when I get women spirits, like they show me themselves in the kitchen, um, wearing botas, the older ladies, wooden spoons, kitchens, cooking, things like that. They show me a lot of things. I tell everybody my mediumship is like a uh what do you call it now? Shit. It's like a slideshow. You got like that circle with all those slides and you just click, and it just show I just get more and more images of that person's life and what they do. So that's how it is for me, majority of the time. Um, like I said, one of the last readings I done, face to face, it was pretty intense with the person was crying, so I have to like wait for a little while. It's time consuming, but like I don't really, you know, uh, worry about all that type of stuff. I just want the person to have closure at the end of the day. So I'm thinking about doing a session on here for about 2 to 3 hours, because that's how long it's gonna take. A lot of my other mediumship videos on here that I've been doing for the past few years, they're like 3-4 hours long. So I have to be really in the mood to do that. I'm in Bermuda, and it's almost midnight here, so I gotta get out of here and gotta go work tomorrow. I've been on here for like 2.5 hours. I really didn't want to be on here this long, but I like chilling and talking to everybody and doing things. Yeah, sure you can, Nicole. You'll be my last person for tonight because I gotta go after that. Oh yeah, I live in Bermuda. I don't know if you know where that is. Oh yeah, you know where Bermuda is. Atlanta is actually one of my favorite places to visit. I have a lot of friends in Atlanta. I used to drive out in Atlanta. One of my best friends lived there. I used to DJ out there when I was younger. The guy who I used to stay at his condo, he's passed away now. Yeah. I used to stay right in downtown Peachtree Street. I used to stay at one of my friend's condos. He used to have like one of those condos there in Peach Street. And I used to go to downtown Atlanta all the time. World of Coca-Cola, 5 Points. I used to love the Gwinnett Mall, the Lenox Mall. You can go ahead and ask your question, Nicole. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, Mike, nice meeting you, bro. Yeah, 20 minutes from downtown. Yeah, I used to go. The last time I went to Atlanta was 2008. Yeah, I've been to Buckhead. I used to drive all the way through Lenox, right up to Gwinnett. I used to go to NASCAR races. I used to drive from Atlanta to like my friend used to stay at like Walnut Creek, I think it was called, and it was like on my way to the race to the Atlanta racetrack, and then after that I would drive to Alabama to Talladega to watch the races there with all my friends. This is like going back almost 15 years ago. But I used to go there a lot because one of my best friends had a restaurant there. Oh, you're in Gwinnett. Oh, cool. The Gwinnett Mall is my favorite mall. I wish I can go there right now, but it's a 3-hour flight from here to Atlanta, so it's not that bad. Yeah, I love Gwinnett, man. Beautiful place, beautiful. Probably one of the best malls I've ever been to in my life. Years ago, I don't know how it is now, but back in 2005, 2006, 2007, Gwinnett Mall was the shit. Oh, it's closed down now? Oh shit, that sucks. I used to go there and Lenox Mall. Those are my two favorite malls. All right, Nicole, you said. Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks. I'm glad you told me that because I would have been in Atlanta one day and be like, I'm gonna go in that mall, and meanwhile, nothing there. I was like, but it was here 15 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad I got to go there when they were good. All right, Nicole, you said, can you tell me if Dave and I will be in a relationship? All right, let's check. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, Nicole, as far as you and David being in a relationship, I think pretty much depends more on you, if that makes sense. But I think that Dave is a patient and persistent person. I think they're very slow. Like they move slow. They don't really probably they don't want to really maybe they do want to be in a relationship, but they have like a lot of work stuff to do. Maybe their work is their main thing in life, and they're a very reliable person. I mean, I think Dave's a good person, but I think that you might have been disappointed or affected in a love situation before, or maybe you wanting more from him and you're not getting it. But as far as you guys being in a relationship, I think it depends more on you. I also think that he looks at you as somebody who he has to get to know and get to trust more. Maybe he has trust issues, or maybe he's had like an ex in the past that really did a number on him. So he's kind of taking things slow with you. But from now until like the end of October, I don't really see you guys being in a concrete relationship, like being in a real relationship. But I think that there needs to be more effort between the both of you. But I think Dave is trying to conclude the tasks and be more organized in his life. If he's a young guy, like younger than 30, I think he's being I think he's trying to like work or get another job, or if he has like a business, he's trying to really like get things going. So love life is not like a main priority for him. But as far as you guys being together, I think it depends more on your willingness to make it happen, or to show him that he can actually trust you and be with you. Don't try at all. Just let it come to you naturally. See, if he's focusing on building a business, most men aren't multi tasks people. So if he's really focusing on building his business, that's his love of his life. But I think that, I think that he looks at you as a person who um is like single and wants to be in a relationship, but he can't give you what he wants, what you want. So you're trying too hard. So if you're trying hard, you're turning him off. See, he's like he doesn't want to lose a friendship with you and lose anything with you. He just thinks that you're being too intense, and maybe you complain about being alone and want to be with him, and he's probably like, look, I need to really focus on my life right now. You got to take like a seat in the back and allow things to unfold. I mean, that's up to you. Like I said, the reading tells me that it's up to you to make changes so he can believe that he's actually has, a woman that he can trust and be with. The thing is, you can't make it happen. It's got to happen if you put yourself in the position to be patient and understand that you can't be the main focus in his life. He also has, a business that he's focusing on. My advice is to show him that he can trust you, and show him that, you're not some crazy woman that just wants a relationship and wants him for, that reason. I think that, you're more of an issue than he is. Not in a bad way. Don't take that in a bad way. It's just that this is how he views you. He views you as a person who's smart, quick, but you're like kind of intense towards him maybe. And maybe if you're sad and you complain about being lonely, or you complain about, not seeing him maybe, or not, hearing from him, if you're complaining to him, that's going to turn him away from you. He doesn't want that. All right, Nicole. So my advice is to let it all unfold on its own. Don't pressure him. Don't. If you really like Dave, if you really like somebody a lot, you see yourself with that person, then allow it to happen. Allow Dave to be him, and to because I don't see a problem if Dave. I think the problem is, you maybe not knowing that he feels that way. So don't try so hard, sweetheart. Just allow things to naturally happen. Because the more pressure you apply, the worse it might get. So just let it pan out. But from now to the end of October, I don't think he's going to commit to any relationship. All right? So just let it unfold. If you know that business is his main focus, maybe try and help him with that so he can have more confidence in you. If that makes sense. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's midnight here, and I need to go to work tomorrow. I wish I can be here all night and talk to everybody and have fun. But I should be here tomorrow, God willing. I try to be. So I want to thank everybody for coming by, having chats, donating, allow me to read you. That's great. And thank you for all the support and love, likes, and all that stuff. I will see you all tomorrow. God bless.